Hi everyone, welcome back to my channel. So today I have a review for you guys, and it's going to be on the Makeup Geek contour powders, which looks like this. I've had these powders for weeks now. I actually purchased them when she just launched them on the website. I haven't really had much chance before last week to start playing with the powders, because the first time I used it, I actually thought that I wanted to film for you guys sort of like a, how to powder contour video. A lot of people are still very shy about contouring, and I also think that there are a lot of misconceptions of what contouring is. So I thought that these powders would have been the perfect product to show you guys, or to talk to you guys about, contouring with powders in depth. But when I started playing with the powders, I kind of changed my mind about that, and now this video is going to be sort of like on a review on these powders, but also kind of talk about contouring in general. Anyhow, Makeup Geek launched 4 contour powders, which the top 4 are supposed to be warm contour powders, and the bottom 4 are supposed to be cool contour powders. I did order the bundle, which was I think $65 USD on her website, which came with all the colors that she did launch. I kind of knew that I wasn't gonna have much use for the cool contour powders, but the bundle was a good deal, so I just figure, also for you guys, because a lot of you guys that watch my channel are not, my complexion. A lot of you are much lighter, and a lot of people also prefer a cool contour over a warm contour for whatever reason, which brings me to the topic of contouring. I think for the average everyday woman, a warmer contour color is a lot more flattering for everyday use than a cool contour. Initially, contouring was designed for photography and for film, not something that you wear on an everyday basis. Nowadays, everybody wears contour. Now we do cream contours, and we also do powder contours. So in everyday life, it's very tricky to pull off a cool contour if you're someone that has a bit of warmth to your skin. I would even say for someone that is very, very light, fair skin, this can also be very tricky. I'm gonna use Nikki Tutorials as an example, because a lot of people, a lot of us know Nikki Tutorials, and we also know that she has very light skin. What Nikki Tutorials will do is that she will use a cooler contour color, but she will also go in and warm up her complexion as well. This is something that she does to make it look more flattering, to make it look more natural, especially if she's gonna be going out in public, because if she only used a cool contour, it's going to look very stark against her fair skin, and it also just going to look very, very strong. It's going to give off a very strong contour. I've used these powders 3 times. The first time I used it how I would traditionally kind of bronze contour my face. I used the lightest shade kind of around the perimeter of my face. Then I used the second shade sort of like to start forming my contours just on the cheekbones, and then the third shade I used to really deepen the contour. This was a disaster, because the shades, even though they're supposed to be warm shades, came out very, very cool on my skin tone. It looked almost muddy. The second time I used the powders, I decided to kind of do what I would usually do anyways, which is kind of bronze up or warm up my skin, especially after I've done highlight and powder and bake-in. Go in with a warmer powder, and then go in and traditionally contour, which I would just use a darker powder to do anyhow. And I still felt like these came off very, very cool, very strong, very muddy. I think today was the best experience I've had with these powders, because I didn't do any of that. What I actually did was used a foundation that I don't typically use because it's extremely orange. What is it called? Black Up Cosmetics foundation, and I mixed it with my Chanel foundation. The Black Up is a very orangey foundation, and then my Chanel is a very cool pinky undertone foundation. So I mixed the two together to have a very, very, very warm foundation. This, as I said, is what I'm wearing right now. And to me, this is giving me the best with these powders. I was under the impression that when she said these were warm, I thought that they were going to be more, you know, what I think would a nice contour powder would be for someone with my undertone. These are definitely not them. The warmer section, I would say, would be perfect for someone with light to medium skin tone. And this would be someone that's Caucasian with a tan or a yellow or a more warmer undertone. I think these would be very flattering, even look a bit warm for them. But I also think that the lower shades, which are the cool contour powders, would work beautifully on someone that has fair to say light, even medium skin tone, if you are looking for a more cooler, grayer contour powder. I honestly, for me personally, don't think that these would be powders I use on an everyday basis, because I do think that these are your traditional contour powders that works beautifully in photography and think in videography as well. The other thing I would say about these powders too is that they're very, very loosely packed. A lot of people, you know, they're saying that they're buttery or they're very pigmented, and I choose to disagree with that, because I don't think that these types of powders should be buttery, if you know what I mean. You do want a nice finely milled texture, but you kind of want a powder that is, you know, packed very very firmly, because if not, you are, especially if someone is not experienced with contouring or using these types of powders, it is very, very, very easy to go overboard. Also, the powders kick up a lot of dust. Like, it doesn't matter what type of brush I use with these powders, there's always so much kick up of products. So these are not powders, if you use them every day, is going to last you for a very long time. They are going to be messy. There's always going to be like powder residue on the palette, which is exactly what is going on with this right now. And that just means that sometimes you can get a very, very, very strong contour, because the powders are not tightly packed. You know, you want to be able to, you know, say this is the powder, you want to be able to kind of swirl your brush in it. This one, as soon as you tap it, there's so much powder kicking up, and I mean, even if you do that, there's powder going everywhere. So I find that they are very, very, very loosely packed, and I don't necessarily think that that's a good thing for a contour powder. Once again, I would definitely recommend these powders if you are a pro makeup artist or someone that does a lot of photography, or, you know, someone that even shoots a lot of videos, because it does look nice on camera. It does give your face that nice shadow that, as I said, traditional contouring products are supposed to be. However, I just don't think that these work for the everyday average woman, because they can come off looking very strong, looking very ashy, looking very muddy, and looking very strong in natural daylight. All in all, Makeup Geek has been, you know, I would say, having a lot of mishaps with product launches lately. I would definitely say that this is one of them. These are powders I personally think should, you know, you should go back to the drawing board. They pack them a little tighter, and if they are going to be warm, make them warm, or market them to a pro crowd, because I would definitely say that Makeup Geek markets to the everyday woman, people that are just starting out, makeup artists, as well as people like me that do videos on YouTube. However, these are not products that I think are going to be suitable just for the average woman to use, because as I said, one, they're too pigmented, two, the undertones are very cool even for the warm shades, and the texture is a little bit off as well. So guys, that is it for my review on these powders. I hope this was helpful. I did include some swatches as well as just a demo for you guys, or demo in the days that I did try these powders on my complexion, but this is something that I would love to see how it works on someone that has, you know, even much lighter skin tone than myself, or even someone that is deeper in complexion than myself. But I hope you guys did enjoy this video. Don't forget to thumbs up and to subscribe, and I will see you in the next one.